Hi everybody, it's Mimi, and I seriously thought that this arc was going to be the first filler arc. At least now I have a way of knowing when exactly to expect fillers, so I now know for sure that the next arc will in fact be our first filler. Yay! And yes, I'm mainly excited because it's practically the only new Tsubasa material I'm going to experience nowadays aside from fanfiction. Anyway, I'm excited for this one too, because Jade Country is one of my absolute favorites. I read a lot of mystery and horror novels, so I've always had a very soft spot in my heart for this arc. But first, a synopsis of what happens in the manga. The gang stops off in the country of Fog, where Sakura begins to display a determination to find her memory feathers herself so that she doesn't have to trouble her traveling companions. However, she unfortunately still finds herself falling asleep 90% of the time. The others manage to convince her that it's really not a burden for them to help her find the feathers and that they are all traveling together so they may as well make the most of it. Sakura is grateful and assures them that she will try her hardest not to be a burden and to try to help as best as she can, because Sakura has the most beautiful personality you will ever find in any character ever. No, please don't fight me on that. The country of Fog unfortunately doesn't have a feather though, just a large lake with a tiny town at the bottom of it and a giant glowing fish acting as its sun, so the group moves on rather quickly. The next world they find themselves in is the medieval-type country of Jade. After Sakura's luck wins them enough money to buy clothes so that they can fit in, Ichabod Crane, the Count of Monte Cristo, Will Turner, and Elizabeth Swan all travel to the town of Spirit, a town which they were told is currently experiencing a tragic curse. The tale they were told states that a princess from 300 years ago was given a magical feather, and shortly thereafter took all of the children from the village. The story goes that those children were never able to be held by their parents again, which the group determines means that they must have died in the castle with the princess. The princess has been dead for quite some time now and the castle in ruins, but for some reason village children have started to disappear once more. And even though Mokona can't sense a memory feather in the world, Shaoran still decides that it's worth checking out since there is some sort of magical feather involved in the tale. The town is less than helpful at first and distrusts them, but they are taken in by a kind doctor named Kyle. With the help of Kyle, the mayor, and the suspicious landowner Grossum, the group is able to start unraveling the mystery behind the children's disappearances, and Sakura finds herself so determined to help the children that she follows the ghost of the princess herself, since it would seem that only she can see her. After it's discovered that Sakura is missing, Shaoran goes into overdrive to get her back, and finally discovers the final piece of the puzzle, pinning the blame on Kyle, who has been secretly hypnotizing the children to go to the castle to help him dig out a very precious artifact. Meanwhile, inside the princess's castle, Sakura, who was imprisoned after she fell asleep in the woods but then freed herself because she is a queen, has found all of the hypnotized children being put to work to crawl through a small hole and dig out one of her memory feathers. The ghost of the princess tells Sakura that back when she received the feather, a disease that only affected children ravaged the land. To save them, she brought them to the castle where the feather seemed to protect them from the illness. Their parents were never able to hold them again because by the time they returned to their parents, they were old enough that the disease would no longer affect them. The ghost of the princess then returns Sakura's feather to her, and she is found by Kyle, who is being pursued by her traveling companions and the villagers. She quickly discovers that Kyle is the one who imprisoned her there, but Shaoran and the others manage to subdue him and get the children out. Sakura regains another piece of her memory, the princess's ghost is finally able to move on, and the group discovers that there may in fact be someone behind the scenes who has been watching them during their entire journey so far, and possibly also interfering. With some slight unease in their hearts, they move on to the next world. Please, please, anime, tell me that you adapted this one faithfully. It's one of my favorite arcs, so please don't disappoint me. For starters, the group reaches the country of Fog, where there is really not a whole lot of fog. I mean, where is the fog, B-Train? It's literally called the country of Fog.
羽は俺が探します。
シャオラン君。
桜姫。
And the first thing that Sakura does is agree to let Shaoran look for her feather in the lake? Just like that? She doesn't show any determination to go herself like she did in the manga? Honestly, the only thing that stopped her from searching in the manga is the fact that she fell asleep. This is so out of character for her. I'm starting to think that this anime is just in an alternate universe. This is not our Sakura. And then Fi and Kurogane just left Sakura by herself while Shaoran was swimming in the lake? In the manga, they left her asleep with Shaoran while they went to scout out the area. Shaoran then chose to dive in while she was sleeping, which is also pretty rash now that I think about it. But why would Fi and Kurogane just leave her there all alone? Wow, this is an incredibly faithful flashback. Wow, this is a somewhat faithful flashback. They're showing just a little bit too much, but that's fine. All of this would have been shown later in the episode anyway. What the hell, B-Train? A talking whale? What?
お父様
桜姫
Okay, so there are two things about this scene that confuse me. The first thing pertains to both the anime and the manga. How is she seeing this memory without a feather? That's what I'm more confused about. The second thing only pertains to the anime. There's meant to be a tear in her memories whenever Shaoran is in one, or the space he was occupying is meant to be completely empty. She literally can't even see the shape of whatever is meant to be there. There's just nothing there. Therefore, she couldn't see a shadow suspiciously shaped like Shaoran, thank you very much.
俺は帰る。
あ、クーロタン待って。
That was a rather abrupt transition for Fi and Kurogane to suddenly be back at camp.
だったらね、もっと気楽に行こうよ。辛いことはね、いつも考えてなくていいんだよ。忘れようとしたって忘れられないんだから。
Oh no. Oh no. No, no, no. Where is Kurogane's glare at Fi? Why does he chuckle at Fi's statement like he agrees? This is indoctrination. Spoiler. Spoiler.
Now, pour the tea.
So, Fi was raised by King Ashura, and one of the first things that Crummy King taught him was that if he smiles, even when he absolutely doesn't want to, he can bring joy to other people. He literally manipulates Fi, who came from such a tragic backstory that I can't even begin to describe it in a single sitting, to smile excessively, even though that's not who he is. He doesn't want to smile. He knows he's a pawn. He knows he's being used by Fei Wing Reed. And yet, he smiles because he thinks it will make everyone around him happy to see him smile. He thinks it will make them trust him and not be suspicious of him. Newsflash, Fi, Kurogane sees straight through your bull. He knows that your smile is fake as hell, and he wants to wipe it off your face and see the real you. Even this early in the series, you can tell that Kurogane wants to help Fi. He can tell Fi is shouldering some sort of great burden all alone, and he wants to know what it is and why Fi won't let others in or express himself properly. It's just so beautiful. I can't with their relationship, guys.
私も行かなくちゃ。
姫、姫。どうしたんですか、姫。
What? How did they get over there? They were just behind her. Also, that was so much funnier in the manga. I just don't get it. It would have been so easy. B-Train would just have to animate Sakura waking up, which they already did, then have her suddenly say, Shaoran is in the lake, and start sprinting towards it. Then Shaoran would comically pull her back in an effort to let her know that he's fine and he's right there. It was so adorable and heartwarming to see that they kept that scene in the anime, especially since they robbed Sakura of her determination earlier. But why did they have to change it like that? Especially since you know Shaoran would have taken off running after her immediately because that's just his character. Okay, this is such an adorable and very faithful adaptation of the flashback, But you two should probably go up for air soon, if you want Sakura to, not die.
お前はどうしてそこにいる？
Could the whale kindly stop talking, please? Also, you two need air!
湖の底に町があっただと？
はい。
And here we have another abrupt transition. They literally added scenes to this episode that weren't in the manga, and yet they can't show how the characters got back to camp?
目に見えることだけが全てじゃありません。
あ？
世界にはまだ誰も目にしたことのない不思議がたくさんありますから。
意味わかんねえぞ。
Yes, you do, Kurogane. You're not brainless. Okay, so far I haven't seen too many inconsistencies with Kurogane's or Fai's characters yet. It's mainly been Shaoran, Sakura, and Mokona who have changed the most. But I'm starting to notice that B-Train is really turning Kurogane into a bit of an airhead. He just seems not to understand things very clearly that he understood perfectly in the manga. Oh my god. Are they trying to turn Kurogane into comic relief too? So I am glad the anime Shaoran took Sakura with him into the lake rather than holding her back because he thought it would be dangerous. It does show that he respects her and wants to make sure she feels happy and safe, but she is still supposed to be sleeping for the most part. She still doesn't quite have enough memories to sustain her for very long. So in the manga, Shaoran was understandably worried about taking her into the lake because she could fall asleep in the water. I'm wondering if B-Train is planning to just keep her awake more often than she is in the manga? Yep, nothing like raising shots in the exact same episode. Yes! Finally! Jade! One of my absolute favorite arcs. I can't wait to see how they animate the scene at the Where is the introduction with Sakura's famous hysterical luck? Where is Fai using an unaware Kurogane to scare other patrons into accepting Sakura's winning streak? Where is the humor?
にゃーん、黒金逆ギレイ、怖い。
昔々。
Abrupt? Much?
不思議な力を持った羽。
いい雰囲気になってきたぜ。
Abrupt much? And where are their horses? And why aren't Fai and Kurogane protecting Shaoran and Sakura? Where is the love? It's a little thing, but I just love the clip in Sakura's hair. It's adorable. In the manga, it was a rose, but I completely understand why the anime chose to go with something a bit more plain. I'm just glad they kept it.
どうしたの？
That's right, Shaoran. It's a murder. Determined Sakura! Yes! She's doing something. She's doing something, everyone. Oh my god, she's doing something! I love this. It's not in the manga, but you can literally see the princess calling to Sakura for help with just her eyes. It's wonderfully done.
そいつらをとっ捕まえろ。
ちょっといきなりはひどいね。
どけ。
何？
獲物向けんならそっちにもそれなりの覚悟があるんだろうな。
Wow, okay. Does B-Train have a device that just sucks all of the drama and tension out of scenes? Because Kurogane's line with the gun was so much more dramatic in the manga. He literally has the gun pressed to the other guy's head like, yeah, you see this? You'd better be prepared for something like this to happen if you decide to use a weapon. It's so jarring, but so true.
ここだけの話ですが、 グロサムさんには良くない噂があるのです。
良くない噂ですか？
グロサムさんは伝説に登場するさくらさんの羽を狙っているそうです。
Wait a second, what? Why would Kyle just give himself away like that? Ugh, now the mystery is ruined. Why? B-Train, why? You just had to have him frame Grossum and that's it. Why did you have to add that in? This anime really is meant for little kids, isn't it? I'm so disappointed because the manga definitely isn't. Breaking and entering into Grossum's house. Welcome back, padding time. Take a seat, my friend.
この歴史書、昨日カイル先生から借りたものとちょっと違うんです。
Stop revealing the clues before the end. Oh my goodness, at this rate, everyone and their grandmother already knows who's behind the disappearances in the anime. In the manga, while I already knew who was behind it because the OVA spoiled it for me, I feel like it would be harder to figure it out. Am I right? If it took you a few more pages before you realized who was behind everything, please let me know in the comments. I'm really interested. The feather is literally just right up there in the open. Why would Kyle need the kids then? Was it difficult to animate kids crawling through a hole? Or maybe they couldn't animate child labor? That would make sense. Kyle is a literal dirt bag forcing those kids to dig out the feather, so I think the toned down methods in the anime might be easier to watch for the intended audience. Okay, I have some serious respect for how Sakura has been portrayed in this arc. B-Train accurately and faithfully portrayed her resolution to follow the children into the snowy night to try and rescue them, her determination to break out of her chains and out of her jail cell, and her dedication to find some way to get the children out of the castle. So why are they ruining it now? In the manga, Sakura awakens barefoot and chained to a bed, even though she had shoes on when she followed the children to the castle. When Kyle tells her that it's dangerous to run around barefoot while Sakura's feet are hidden by her dress, she immediately deduces that he shouldn't know she's barefoot unless he's the one who chained her up. She tries to fight back, Shaoran arrives, and then the climax starts. In the anime, the ghost of the princess tells Sakura that Kyle is the one who brought all the children here, and that's how she found out. So again, Sakura's autonomy is stripped, and she is just given the answer rather than showing the audience how she can figure it out for herself. Again, I have some mad respect for how she's been portrayed in this arc so far, but it would have been so simple to give her that as well. Show the audience that Sakura can continue thinking and acting for herself, B-Train.
先生は俺が止めます。その間にこの道を遠回りですが外に出られます。
ダメ。シャオラン君を置いていくなんてできない。
Yes, this is what I mean. I love seeing Sakura's determination. I never not want to see Sakura's determination. Keep this up, B-Train, and you may just redeem her character from the first few arcs. Sakura just got her feather back. Why isn't she falling asleep? Was I right earlier? Are they really trying to keep her awake more in the anime than she was in the manga? Well, only time will tell if this is a good thing or not.
あの医者は失敗したようです。
And we never see that guy again. Ever. We see Kyle again, but not that guy. I keep wondering if he was perhaps a clone created by Fei Reed to watch Sakura while she's in Jade, but why would he firmly establish a clone in Jade just so that it can work for him for only a few days of its entire life? So then I wondered if perhaps he was mind controlling the guy, since it was established that Kyle has been hypnotizing people. It wouldn't be so far-fetched to believe that Kyle hypnotized him to lead the group to Spirit with the tale of the princess, and also to check in with Fei Reed every now and then while Sakura is there. But then again, we never see any other characters who have been hypnotized by Fei Reed. Except for Fei, as I recently discovered, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I suppose that is likely what happened, but I still wish Clamp would have given us just a little bit more context as to what this was all about. And that's it for the Country of Fog and Jade Country. I'm going to move into the ratings literally immediately because I am so disappointed in the Country of Fog. Seriously, the Country of Fog gets a 4 out of 10 from me. Yes, it portrays the flashbacks faithfully and has a few cute scenes, but it just completely butchers Sakura's character as well as a little bit of Kurogane's character. I just can't recommend watching that episode. Aside from the flashbacks, it is a complete waste of time. Jade Country, on the other hand, is a whole other story. I'm actually putting it in as an 8.5. Yeah, that's right. The highest rated arc so far. Now, just hear me out. I have a super soft spot for this arc in the manga, and there are several reasons for my decision regarding the anime. Reason number 1. Mokona doesn't fly. Or if they do, it's just a blink and you'll miss it moment. Reason number 2. Sakura doesn't fly. Reason number 3. Sakura doesn't glow, or say the feathers are calling to her at all. Reason number 4. Mokona doesn't say the thing. And those are my reasons. Yes, there were a few, maybe more than a few, things that were changed or added, and the clues were given away much too liberally, but in the end, this is actually the best arc I've seen since I started watching this anime. Therefore, 8.5 out of 10. I would definitely recommend you read the manga version of this arc, but if you also want to watch its anime counterpart, I would say there's no real harm in doing so. It's episodes 13 through 15 of season 1 if you ever find yourself wanting to check it out. I'm in a bit of a bind now, however, because apparently the filler arc I'm so excited for is only 1 episode long, and then we go to Odo for 9 freaking episodes. Yeah, you heard me right. There are 9 episodes for Odo. I am likely going to have a lot to say about this, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to upload the next episode on March 25th like I'm hoping. But I will keep you up to date if this happens, and I will do my absolute best to have it out on time. Well, this is the part of the video where I tell you all to like, share, comment, subscribe. Try not to think about the fact that I used to find Kyle attractive. But, you know, that's just not really my spiel. I mean, you can do all that if you want, but I'm more just doing this for fun. And to feel like I'm actually taking my creative writing degree somewhere. Anyway, thanks a bunch for watching my video. I hope all of you lovely people have a wonderful month, and I'll see you all in the next world. The tale they were told states that a princess from 300 years ago was given a magical feather. Loki! Come on. I'm recording, buddy. Can you wait?